I was being like an overprotective parent for myself. Like, oh baby, I don't want you to get hurt. Don't go play in that playground, or don't go try ride that bicycle because you're gonna fall and you're gonna hurt, you know. That was the whole thing that I was experiencing with myself. Like, no, I don't want to take that class. What if it's gonna feel too hard and I'm gonna feel overwhelmed? When in reality, that actually kind of never happened before. But I feel like I sort of developed it maybe after Australia, after I went to study abroad in Australia. And in Australia, I took really easy classes. And crazily enough, because I had no classes and also no social life in Australia when I was there, I don't know where my time went. Things like I had no constraints and I had no vessels to pour my energy in, so that ended up actually feeling much worse in a way than if I had had more challenging classes or something. It's not that you need more free time or empty time, it's that you need more inspiring time, or time that kind of inspires you to do cool things. Because, for example, last year in the spring, I took a lot of really heavy writing classes. Like, I had to write a lot. And funnily enough, that inspired me to write even more. Like, I honestly don't know how that works, but when you write, you just kind of like want to keep writing, I guess. And when you read, you just want to keep reading. I had never read so many readings before in my life. And I was really scared that, oh my gosh, am I gonna pull it off? Am I gonna pull it off? But no, I actually did. And that was super fun and it was so interesting. And, you know, I succeeded perfectly with the writing and the reading stuff and pretty much everything that I was required to do during that semester, and, you know, other things. But when I have too much free time, I get a little bit, I guess, drowning in it. So that is kind of the push and pull situation that I felt at the beginning of this semester when I was deciding on my fourth class. I was like, well, I kind of want it, but I kind of don't want to strain myself too hard. But then I ended up just not finding anything that I liked. So I decided to not take it. But to compensate for that, I wanted to take like challenging classes. So Italian, I would have never in my life enrolled in Italian. Like, what are you even talking about? You never studied Italian. How are you gonna do this? It's a language class. It's gonna be so hard. This is what I was thinking. Like, oh, I don't want to strain myself. It's my last semester. But girl, like, so what? This is your last semester. So what are you gonna be doing? Like, are you just gonna be laying on your bed and resting, relaxing? Like, yeah, I mean, I'm tired from school, but I'm tired from structure of school, not the doing everyday things, because it's not like I'm doing something that I don't like. Like, thankfully, I've been very blessed to, you know, be able to study what I want to study. So I don't have an issue like that. So I decided to kind of be a more supportive parent, you know, because if you think about it, like when your parent, for example, if your mom says, oh no baby, don't go, don't do that, I'm scared you'll hurt yourself or you'll fail, does this signal trust and like encouragement to a child? No, it does not. It signals that, you know, I actually don't believe in you. I actually don't believe that you can do this. That's all that signals. That's all. Like, literally. And I was like, okay, then how can I be like a supportive parent to myself? You know, like, what can I say? I can say that, oh baby, you can do this. You can do this. Like, I believe in you. I believe in you. I'm not gonna be saying, oh, even if you fail, it's okay. Like, mom, why do you think I'm gonna fail? Like, I haven't even started yet. Like, why are you already saying it's okay if I fail? Like, I haven't even tried. You see? So it is okay if you fail, obviously. But I mean, how are you gonna fail? Whatever. So I decided to make a commitment to ballet. So I signed up for a group that they're preparing a choreography for a student dance performance. Like, it's our college's like ballet organization, and they're really good. They're like extra good. They have like I don't know any of them there, so I've been kind of like slowly getting to know people. And like 3 girls that I met, they did ballet for like 10 years. I'm like, okay. Well, mind you, I never did ballet. I went to one of their I went to one of their classes last fall, and then I didn't go ever. I think I only went to one, maybe two, maybe two. But I was always curious, you know. Maybe I would go maybe to one class per year, per academic year, or maybe per semester, you know. But this time I decided to take it up, and it was like, because it's a performance, you have to commit to it. So I committed to a 2-hour practice on Saturdays. So it's like 2 hours on Saturdays we practice and learn a choreography. And mind you, we only started like last week was the first official thing, and I loved it. Like I think I did very well. I looked at myself in the video, like, yeah, I messed up a couple things, but that was my first time learning. Like, I don't compare myself to others, but I was just like, okay, babe, you look okay. Like, you don't really stand out as, oh, she's struggling, you know. Because we recorded the whole like run through performance, and I was like, okay, you don't stand out too much, you know, you don't stand out like you're struggling. You kind of fit in. Like, yeah, you missed that part, but you can just learn it and remember to do it next time. You know, it's not that bad. But my big thing that I want to do, it's not a big thing. I want to commit to an extra hour of ballet. But this time, a ballet class, because I don't know the names, you know, the main positions, whatever. So I'm just learning the choreo that they're doing there, but I don't have the basics. But the thing is, that class is the next day. So it's like 11 a.m. on Saturdays, on Sundays, and our practice is like 3 to 5 on Saturdays. So it's like, oh, isn't that too much ballet within 24 hours? I mean, I wouldn't say so, but you know, that's the voice in my head kind of being like, isn't it too much? Like, aren't you gonna struggle? You know, aren't you gonna struggle for an But the thing is, like, it's not, I would say it's not even that physically intensive. It feels more like an endurance, low impact cardio, sort of like a stepper type of situation than a workout. Like, I don't feel tired after that. I feel tired in an interesting way. I feel like it kind of tests my endurance more than anything, because it's 2 hours, like kind of long. Yeah, we'll see how it goes today, because last week it wasn't actually 2 hours. It was, I think, an hour and a half, because my group was called later. Like, they separate us into 2 groups, like the more advanced people, I suppose, and the less advanced people. And so they do like separate choreos and stuff. So like one week they do separately with them, another week they do separately with them, with us. So this week I'm actually gonna do the full 2 hours. Yeah, so I just think that it will be really beneficial to actually go to a class. Like, because I hate this in a way, because it turns on a part of my brain, and I don't really, so it's not really a workout per se, it's art, right? Like, it's dance, it's art. It's not just like shake it off type of thing. You have to learn the choreo, like you have to know when to do things. So that's why it's a little bit like complicated, I guess. You know, with running, like when you're running, there is a technique to it, but it's not an art. Like, running is a sport. When you're playing even like basketball, or I don't know, you learn the rules and you just become good at the movements. Like, it's strategy more than art, memorization type of thing. It would be very interesting to actually map it out, the differences between like exercise, sport, and like art as dance. Because I feel like there is something to it. I should write this down. Yeah. So did I ever learn choreos? I did learn choreos before, but I was like very little. I would say I'm good at it. This is probably the reason why I didn't take up dance too much. Because I like dancing and like moving my body and stuff, but I don't really want to think when I do it. I just kind of like, maybe I just like freestyling. Maybe it's called improv. I don't know. But it does turn on my brain in a very different way than I usually do it. Like, it was a very similar thing when I took acting. My sophomore fall, I took acting 101 and I had to audition for it with a monologue that I selected, and I chose Jealous Hera. That was very interesting, actually. I don't know why I chose it. You know, the like Zeus, the wife of Zeus? I had nothing to do with the Greeks at that time, but I just found it somewhere. I don't know. And basically, I was kind of angry, I believe that. And that was such a fun, but also very challenging class. I remember it occupied a lot of my time, a lot of my mind space, and I was very glad to give it to it, you know. I would have honestly loved to focus even more on that, but I was actually overloading in that semester. I don't know. Did I have a job? I don't think I had a job on campus. I was overloading just a little bit, just like 18 credits or 20, because I was taking 4 full-time classes, which is 16, and I was taking an extra half credit class was 2 credits, and negotiations, that was also 2 credits. So I was taking 20 credits. Like 5 full classes. Yeah. Bro, I don't know why. I mean, it helped me now, mind you. It helped me now because now I don't have to take that many credits. I have some extra stuff apparently. But that acting class was really amazing, really amazing. I remember it was hard. Like, it was hard in a way, not because I had to memorize things, but because I had to think in very different ways than I was used to thinking, as in, you know, economics major, and I did math and computer science and, you know, a little bit of history, but nothing like artsy or humanities even. I didn't do anything creative at that time, which is actually crazy now that I think about it, because I didn't view myself as a creative person at all at that time. So I knew that I had an interest in acting, but I think I kind of justified it to myself by saying that it's like a strategic choice or something. You know, it's gonna be helpful when I go to business and I have to act a certain way. When in reality, I just kind of wanted to play. I just wanted to play. And I would say I was really good at it. I was really good at it. Like, I got some great feedback from my teacher. We made a great scene, but, and this is like a very painful part of me, my partner with whom we were supposed to present the final scene. I love him so much. Like, he's great. No, like, it was so amazing working with him. Like, we did a great job, like, putting the scene together. And I was like very, very happy about how we, like, the progress we made, the emotions we showed. Like, it was amazing. He got COVID. And so he couldn't come to the final showcase. And so I never got to perform the final showcase. I still got an A in that class, but that's not why I took it. I still, our teacher still saw us perform, like in rehearsal and stuff, but I never got to perform the final thing. And it was just me, like, it was just our pair. So I cried after that. I cried because I was upset, but I think maybe it's a good thing, because maybe it left a certain like hole in my heart that I now need to fill and do more acting. You know, maybe now I will be more motivated to actually perform to the public, because I never performed to the public. I never did, you know, and I was on the verge of doing it then, but that didn't happen. So maybe it will pay off. I think it will. Like that's just what I'm getting. But yeah, I really wanted to take acting 200, like the second level class. But again, I was like, ugh, it was so good, but so challenging. Like this is such a commitment. So I was basically just scared off of taking it. That's it. There's no other explanation. Yeah, I took other classes. I had to fill other requirements, but I was just scared that I would be overwhelmed. Yeah, and I guess this is like, I've gotten so much better. It was kind of like a parabola in a way, because at the beginning I didn't know what hard was, or like I didn't know if I was gonna overwhelm myself or not. And then I got extra careful somewhere around like Australia. And then my third year, I was a little bit like, I was still pushing myself a little more. Yeah, and I continued to push myself more because it was just holding me back so much. I was like, when it came to selecting classes, I would always be like, oh, can I choose like an easy class? Can I do that? Can I do that? And I always had to be like, girl, stop. You don't have to do this. I know you can do a hard class. Like, it's not that deep. It's not that hard. Like, there's literally no class you cannot do well at. It's just in your head. And I kind of proved it to myself in London when I took 4 classes that all needed a 3,000 word essay as their final, like a 10-page paper. And I was like, oh, how am I gonna do that? What am I gonna do? So I switched out of whatever. But I ended up actually getting into the other class, which I thought would be easier. And I think it was, but it also had a 3,000 word paper to write. And I was like, okay, at this point, I'm already here. It's fine. We'll just work through it. And I did. And I did it all perfectly. I got like all really good grades. I think I got 2 B's and 2 A's. I didn't get, they didn't have the grading scale like in the US. So I was just like 73, 72, and then like 63 and 65, I think maybe. Yeah, but I did it, you know, and what are these numbers to me? They mean nothing. So I guess I could have taken acting 200, but I didn't. Do I regret it? No, it's okay. I don't regret anything. But I'm definitely saying, I don't know if like you all ever feel that way, but challenging, like allowing yourself to like take up a challenge, it's actually really cool and it's actually important. So you don't have to protect yourself like an overprotective parent. You know what I mean? Because otherwise you're just not going to learn, and you're not signaling that you have self-trust. You don't signal that, oh, you know, baby, I believe in you. I believe you can do well. Yeah, so don't do that.